I think it's a setup, y'all. These cops have been murdering us since cops were invented in this country. It's a setup. They're using the institutionalized racism to start something else. Divide and conquer. Okay? They do social experiments. The government is nothing but a big corporation, and we know that corporations experiment and do tests and studies. Ever think of the term housing projects? And now they're tearing all of them down after 70 years of having housing projects in the cities. Gentrification. This cop stuff too. Now black people are everywhere. We're all in the suburbs, the city, everywhere. You got cops riding around, murdering us on camera, getting away with it. Just like they beat Rodney King on camera. That was probably the testing grounds. What's going to happen? They go crazy. They wreck shit. They wreck mostly their own property, though, that we can come in and make more laws. So then after 9/11, and cameras are everywhere, where you can't even steal a candy bar without getting away with it because there's cameras everywhere. Cops can murder people now on camera. And then you have social media, which has popped off around the same time that we had our first black president. Where people can spew their views about these videos because millions of people are seeing this, and then certain people feel one way, other people feel a different way, and then they are very vocal because they have the layers of the internet where if they confront somebody and say some hateful or ignorant or offensive stuff, they're not going to immediately deal with the repercussions. So you have that, you have cops killing people, you have terrorist attacks happening. You have people's different viewpoints of how it's promoted in the media based on the skin color of the people who are being slaughtered, whether it be police, terrorist attacks, whatever. And then you have people getting angry and arguing with each other about it, to the point where tensions get so crazy online, and then, you're going to see somebody or people discuss it at work. This is not by accident. It's to divide and conquer this country. Meanwhile, because it's not even about color, but they're making it about color. It's about haves and have-nots. And if you're not in the top 1%, you're considered poor by the top 1% because the gap, regardless of how much money you have. Meanwhile, they're watching this like it's a reality show and cracking up and getting fatter and richer as we kill each other off. And the cops are being used with their own, the cops that are doing these murders and co-signing them because of their own hatred and corruption. You know what I'm saying? They're using people not only their natural tendencies to do things, but also what they're making to become natural tendencies based on what is promoted in the media, in the schools. It's all by design. And then think about this. If legal gun owners of all skin colors united, and even illegal gun owners, because you get killed even if you have a license to carry. So if they all united and said, fuck this, we're not doing this, we're not going to accept this anymore, we're going to start riots, but nationwide, which would be considered terrorism, of course. To start riots with our burners. It's a no-win. It's a no-win situation. That's if all these people could unite. We can't even get along with our own fucking spouses and parents and family members that we grew up with, that raised us, that we raised, that we were married to, that we had children with, that we played with and fought against and defended each other as siblings. We beef with them. How are you going to get enough people to make any type of impact to unite with guns involved? Let alone all the rats, snitches, Judases that you're going to have to worry about fucking up your whole campaign before it even gets off the ground. Let alone to not only just to save their skin, But we all know some people will do that just to get steak dinner tonight. You know what I'm saying? Or a paycheck on Friday, they'll sell you out to sell out their own mother. So it's a setup. It's a no-win situation. Because if you could get through all of that, it's still your night to make some type of impact, and they're just going to come in with everything they got. The corporations, the governments, they're going to come in with all their power, money, and destroy us. They've already been destroying us mentally. They've been destroying us physically, the water, the food, the hormones, the stuff, the air is giving us these. Promoting them like they was cool, and then telling you 30 years later they do damage to every cell in your body for every puff you take after you're already hooked. So I guess I'm not saying that people shouldn't rebel. I'm just saying it's a setup and it's a no-win. We can't all unite based on how people act. We could do it, but people are not willing to do it. And they're not willing to actually put whatever differences aside. They want to look at differences instead of putting differences aside to accomplish a greater goal for everybody. So the way with that type of mentality, how are you going to win against a system that's been in place for generations upon generations? It's a no-win. But I guess the only question is, would you rather die on your feet or live on your knees?